get fresh skaters on the ice. 3.5 left here in the second.
All right, the stare down between two foes of the Eastern Conference Final has begun. William Carrier, Jakub Dobeš. Nobody blinking in game one yet.
Score! Just 33 seconds in.
Slafkovsky in front. Here's Caulfield. Scores! It's still to no end. Scores! Centering pass. Scores! Home free. Davidov. And it's 4-1. Slafkovsky in and scores! And he scores! 6-2. Montreal.
Well, you're the Montreal Canadiens. You come in on the road. That's got to be a pretty darn good feeling watching the fans going home early. You've done your job.
Look out low. Marner stopping on the goal line. Back to Eichel. Hands it off. Theodore shot on a big block by Dorian Book's stick.
How about this? Drury coming over. Split his stick right in half. He gets up, gets to the bench.
That pass, Jankowski. Here is Svechnikov. The Michigan tried it. And Dobeš able to get a piece of that. Oh, we've seen that in the playoffs yet, have we?
Here's the play from behind. Good anticipation by Dobeš. Stayed as tall as he could.
Up at center to the goal scorer for Carolina. Robinson sending it in. That'll be played by Dobeš. He got bumped there. Lost stick, ends up behind Dobeš in the net. And he stepped on it.
It's in between his
skate.
It's stuck between his pad and his skate. And good for him. Pulls it out. What a smart play by Matheson.
Yeah.
Just hold on to the puck, give his goaltender some time. I don't remember seeing this before. Right into the strap. Good composure here by Dobeš, even though he's got a body in front of him. A little bit of tap there from Martin up. You could see from the straps that strap the pads into the skate, he's able to just calmly get it out. But Matheson behind, wisely holding on as he wasn't pressured.
Drury in alone. Scores! Drury short-handed goal. 3-0 Colorado. Hurdle to Marner. Ready tight scores. Blocked it away by Wedgewood. Scores! Coughlin keeps it in. Go to the ball. Scores! Holisar. Hurdle trades it. Scores! Tomas Hurdle. Puts Vegas out front.
Early shifts and just look for an opportunity to make it. And you can see the little hit the hips there of Slavin and gets the worst for wear, but pops right back up.
Just over 6 minutes gone, second period. Here's what took place moments ago. Look out, Boosh.
Here he comes. In front. Scores!
Carolina is challenging to play for offside prior to the goal.
If they consider this control, he's onside.
No, but the puck hasn't touched his stick yet. Look at the separation.
After Carolina's coach's challenge to play was determined to be offside, we have no goal.
The game stays tied. Passing it across Jarvis. Back to Svechnikov. Scores! Svechnikov has won it in overtime. Off a Canadian stick and up into the top corner.
Sebastian, congratulations on the win. I'm going to ask you the most obvious question. Is that your goal? They're crediting you with that goal. Did you get that one?
I don't know, honestly. There's a chance that it went off my hip, but honestly, I don't care who gets it. Yeah, we'll take the win.
I told you I wouldn't do this, but this is my last one. Where does one keep candy in a bathroom?
Between the sinks in a resealable bag so people don't think I'm disgusting. It's not an open bowl of candy. I wash my hands, take some candy, seal it back up. No germs get in it.
Well, you earned yourself some nerd ropes tonight. Congrats on the win, and thanks for this.
Thank you, Jack.
The Barbashev. He has Carlson racing for the net. A one-handed stab at it. And Blackwood played it.
What a play by Carlson here. Barbashev's just going to fling this to the net. One-hand swat. And Mackenzie Blackwood follows this.
Vegas goes back to the Stanley Cup final. They sweep the President's Trophy winning Avalanche in the Western Conference final.
Across Suzuki. A look here, and Anderson doesn't blink.
Crowd reacting to a shot.
91 shot attempts in the game for Carolina. For Montreal, 16 shots, just one here in the third. Ehlers giving chase with an empty net. And off the bar. Nick Ehlers off the crossbar. And now a loose puck, and here's another chance, and you're not going to miss this. Svechnikov with an empty netter, and it's 4-0 Hurricanes.
So many Carolina fans here with one goal. They just want to come here and they want to see their team make it to the final. Then you had other fans with bigger dreams, bigger aspirations.
What do you have to say?
It is.
We do it up right, eh? There we go. We made it right, didn't we? What's up, man? What's more special, seeing Hank or the fact that you guys are going to be headed back to the Stanley Cup Finals?
The Stanley Cup Finals!
Sorry, Hank's taking a back seat to this one, isn't it?
Puck off the glass. And now the chance of Ole, which we usually hear, of course, in Montreal from the Hurricanes fans here in Raleigh. For the first time since 2006, the Carolina Hurricanes are heading to the Stanley Cup Final.
It's got a chance to be a heck of a final.
You have one favorite so far on this run. Obviously, you're hoping for the best to come here, but is there one moment that sticks out to you during these playoffs so far?
When we scored, got called off, Marty got a penalty shot, missed, and then scored the OT winner. You could tell he wanted that one bad, and I mean, I've never been more excited for a goal.
What were you guys thinking when Marty got that penalty shot?
Can we just take the 5-on-4?
Well, the best part was Roddy, right in front of Marty, goes, "Can anyone take it?" And then we were like, "Oh no, that can't be good for us." And I mean, he's got a move called the Paralyzer. We thought he was going to bring out, but
Paralyzed himself.
And the lights come up on the Stanley Cup Final. Third Stanley Cup Final appearance for each franchise.
And it kind of left me feeling a bit nostalgic driving around the city of Raleigh over the last couple of days, in particular thinking about one of their most loyal supporters over 8 consecutive playoff appearances. Now, you have got to be prepared to get your clothes dirty at this stage of things. It was time to pay a visit to the one and only Hamilton the Pig, who has not missed a game all playoffs. He was hungry to hear all about the challenge that Vegas presents and what John Tortorella was like. He is loyal to a fault, still has that very same Hockey Night in Canada towel, but at a certain point it was enough talking. Hamilton could not wait to start making his way over to the game. He was outside tailgating in front of Lenovo prior to Game 1 here tonight. You need everyone if you are going to win a Stanley Cup.
Welcome to Game 1 of the 2026 Stanley Cup Final. I want to wish both teams good luck. Take a look around, boys. What's better than this?
One change their lineup tonight from that which finished off the Avalanche in the Western Conference Final. Jeremy Lauzon in on defense. They shoot and score! On the first shot on goal, Nikolai Ehlers makes it 1-0 Canes, 25 seconds in.
No team jumps out quicker at home in the first 10 minutes than Carolina. Game after game they do this. They did this in Game 1 against Montreal, and this place erupts. We've been in buildings, Sean, all over the playoffs. There's no building out of pure fan noise that is as loud as this one.
Anaheim teams, here's Ehlers again alone. Ehlers scores! McNabb to Theodore, they score! Push it out, now they score! Right to the net front, now he centers, and they score! Hanifin whiffed on the clear, and they score! For Theodore, nice move, down low, they score! Work toward the slot, Goss to spare, scores! Into the dot to Sissons, back for Hertl, he scores! Tomas Hertl! Then it's 5-4 Vegas.
Don McKenzie mentioned earlier in the playoffs the lengths that Mark Stone will go to keep the big knob at the top of his stick dry. We noticed during warm-ups he will start with a stick that does not have the big wrap at the top, and then partway through switch to the game cue. It is not for purpose of preservation. Stone said just more of a mental step that he says is part of his preparation.
Here's Howden, he scores! Here's Howden at even strength, and he scores! On lockdown defensively, it's jammed to the net front, and they score! By Carrier, they're onside, Jankowski scores! Mark Jankowski! Lines in 6D because of the way they play. Barbashev took it away. Stop. Freddie Anderson sprawls and stops the wraparound. The puck looks like it wound up in the net, but the whistle is blown.
After we were calling the ice stains, we got no goal. Las Vegas got no goal.
Gostisbehere scores! Shane Gostisbehere sent it toward the net. A power play goal. Marner sends it toward the net. They score! Mark Stone knocks it in. Unbelievable! If they score the game winner in overtime, Gostisbehere, they score! Seth Jarvis quiets the critics and ignites the crowd.
Now, you mentioned going through this with your best friends. How about this?
That guy should put a shirt on.
Is that Sloan there in the middle of it?
That would be Sloan, and Sloan needs a shirt.
Yes.
My warning.
The storm is here. Feel my unlimited power.
Jankowski in a battle along the near wall with Dorofeev. Plenty of help from both sides now. Hurdle waiting for the puck to pop out. Sissons is in there. Nikishin as well.
That special Stanley Cup puck is getting beaten to shreds in there right now.
You can buy it. Game-used pucks are on sale between games.
Or you'll buy half of it. The first power play of Game 3 is too many men on the ice penalty. The players you need to look at are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are 4 forwards on the ice. One of those wingers should not be there.
So now they do have a shot on goal from a forward. Now a better try and a goal! Mark Stone makes it 1-0 Vegas.
With 19:26, the play was offside, no goal.
For Miller, bouncing puck goes right out in front. Stone stopped by Anderson. They score! On the rebound, Jack Eichel.
This will get waved off. Barbashev hit him right in the head. Watch 49 go through of his own accord in the blue paint. And a quick review.
There was goaltender on the play, no goal, goalie up there.
Well, the crowd hates it, but they got it right both times. One of the great passers right out in front. They score! Tomas Hurdle. And that one is going to count. And here's William Karlsson now. And a great stick to get back into the play by Keandre Miller. It's tipped in. Out in front. An own goal off the stick of Walker.
That's a bad 30 seconds of hockey for Carolina. Terribly unlucky break.
Anderson, McNabb, Marner, another try. He scores on the backhand. Now Nikishin, and now here's Marner again. Hat trick bit for Marner, and he scores. His second hat trick of the playoffs, and he's had a 4-point period here in the second. And as we get ready for the third period, Brandon Bussi, he is making his playoff debut. Marner the takeaway. Marner short-handed, hacked down by Aho. And this is going to be a penalty shot for his 4th goal and 5th point of Game 3 of the Cup Final. Stop by Bussi.
And Game 3 can't end quick enough for Carolina. They are all out of sorts here.
Jarvis in on the forward check. Condon avoided him. It comes out in front. They score! Moving this one. Here they come again. And they score again. And they're right back in the game.
I was just thinking how crazy hockey can be. All this great stuff for Vegas. Now they're on their heels a bit here. It's 4-2.
And they score again! From the half wall, Jacob Slavin. This is incredible.
About 3 minutes ago, Sean, I said Carolina can't wait for Game 3 to be over. Oh yeah, how about this?
Carolina in this postseason got knocked off the puck inside the line. That's out of the rink, directly out of the rink from the defensive end. And on the Vegas bench, they realize it's going to be a Canes power play. Aho has it back with some space. Down low for Stahl. They're poking away. Players are in the net. They score! Carolina has tied it on a power play goal with 1:42 to go.
The player that interferes with the goalie got pounded in by Dowd. He ends up in the back of the net with the puck as Svechnikov had chipped it into the open net. Unbelievable, like stunning. DeAndre Miller is up to another huge night, 29 minutes. Take a look at his right skate. You see all that tape there? He got stepped on and his laces are all blown out. So the equipment manager in the last shift was jerry-rigging that skate with plastic tape, trying to hold his boot together. So an assist to the training staff to get Miller back on the ice.
Doesn't matter if it's game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final, whatever works.
George McPhee, and he does. He always shows it emotion as a player. Nothing changes in management. Kelly McCrimmon sitting back and watching. It's got to be gut-wrenching. Those looks say it all, don't they?
And by the way, all of those highlights of George McPhee in overtime as he sweats it out.
That got stopped by Slavin. Theodore drive off the back wall, knocked in. Vegas wins in double overtime. In one of the most unpredictable, unorthodox games you're going to see. A spectacular evening of hockey ends on an odd goal. Shea Theodore's shot is going to hit the end boards, and Martin has it deflect off his stick, off of Bussy, and in the net. That's about as unlikely a way to lose in double overtime.
You guys were up 4-0 in the third period. What did you learn about the way that you let them come back in?
Yeah, that can't happen again. We need some rest in our group. You know, I thought, yeah, I don't know. I'm just ready to go home.
Okay, well, I'll let you go home. Congratulations, Shea.
Give away here in the front, and they score. Brett Howden, and they score. And it's Howden again.
Here's Howden looking, scores! Brett Howden, short-handed, and double overtime.
Howden scores off the end boards.
Backdoor pass, score! Oh, what a pass by Marner, tapped in by Howden. He stays red hot. And now the empty net and in. I believe it was Brett Howden.
Centers in front, it's in, score! Who else but Brett Howden bangs it in!
Out in front, they score! It's Brett Howden. It's his 8th goal of the playoffs. Blocker down, they score! Howden with the empty net sends it in! Brett Howden! They score! Brett Howden! Here's Howden! Got free from the defense and scored again! And he scores! Brett Howden again! Score! Brett Howden!
Got more goals in the playoffs than he's got in the regular season.
6 seconds in the period. Down, Crown wants a shot, but Carolina won't let them get one off. McNabb scores! Didn't count! The clock is all zeros. The green light is on. The officials say goal, but they're going to take a look at this.
They're not going to like this here in Vegas because the clock's at 0. We do not see the puck in the net as yet. This will not count.
The end of another wildly entertaining period. Hurdle installed. The puck is free. Eichel had a point-blank chance and did not score. Hit a crossbar earlier, sent that one just over the crossbar. Power play. Eichel lets it go. And the hard Karen goes all the way down to Hart.
Jack Eichel's going to get this one-timer. He hasn't had many of those, and he rifles this off the crossbar.
Whacked out of the air by Ehlers. Oh, a terrible turnover. Jarvis is stopped by Hart. Oh, my goodness. Now out in front, Stahl. He scores while falling down. 4-3, Carolina.
You do the right thing enough times, you do get rewarded. Look at that. It looks like a Vegas team picture in the corner. But out of this mess, falling on his belly. When it's going, it's going. Jordan Stahl's got a second. Another Carolina lead, 4-3.
Sends it toward the net. Bodies fly. Ehlers around and takes a carry toward the goal. That is in for an empty net goal from the length of the ice by Ehlers. As bounces you could ever hope to get on a play like that, just trying to get it out of the zone.
Everybody is finishing their check in Game 5. The guys have talked about physicality ramping up on both sides of the glass. It has Tortorella's attention.
Game number 5. With that, we say hi, everybody, and welcome to the Stanley Cup Final on ABC. I'm Steve Levy with Mark Messier, PK Subban, and PK's hat. Well, some would call it a big redemption segment for Andrei Svechnikov. Svechnikov was held without even a single shot on goal. For Vegas, this is a problem if he gets hurt for any... Yeah, listening? No. Yeah. Lose your attention there?
Puck up in the air and out of the rink.
Penalty,
and it's going straight out of the rink, and it's going to be a penalty against Carolina. Here's Eichel. Out in front. They score. A power play goal and a 1-0 Vegas lead. It comes back. Ehlers, beautiful pass, and they score. Another power play goal.
The first goal of the game, Nick Ehlers shot the puck out of the rink, and Vegas scored. Since then, Ehlers has 3 assists. Look at this beauty. The vision, the presence to know where Svechnikov is.
And that one up in the air. Is it straight out of the rink?
Yes, it
is. And it's Ehlers again.
You know, to do that twice in a game is not something I'm very proud of. You know, personally, that was probably my worst game in the whole playoffs. And I'm excited, but not excited to see my dad after the game tonight. For those who know, he's been a hockey coach for the last 25 years.
John, did you consider at all going to Adin Hill in the third period, or was there any conversation or thought about it?
Christ, that could be the stupidest question I've heard. We're just going to get ready for our next game. We'll be back here. We're going to find a way. I'm going to leave my clothes here, that's for sure. They'll be in the hotel.
How am I feeling? Yeah. 4 minutes. Sometimes it's just your time. 6 goals in this Stanley Cup Final for the captain, Jordan Staal.
He has a goal in all 5 games of the Stanley Cup Final. That matches the longest game goal streak in Cup Final history. Oh, nice play. Oh,
I dropped it.
Right in your hands. I thought you had it.
I bailed on it. Golly, I should have had that. It's Game 6. It's the playoffs. It was right there.
What position did you play? Trail, British Columbia, right?
Yeah, second base.
Little League World Series?
That has E4 written all over it.
Because we're former teammates, I might just have to text them and cheer them up a little bit and let them know that was just a brutal attempt. You're really good at picking up people when they need it.
Stone out in front for Dorofeyev. A couple of chances. The second one he batted out of midair. Crowd thought it was a goal. The officials say no.
And then as Dorofeyev's shot gets bunted back into the air, it lands right on top of the net. Look at the track of Bussy. You see his head go up and down twice to find the puck.
Jacob Slavin behind the net. Bussy is watching on the video board. Talk about trusting your defenseman.
Down low, it's nudged along. Stankoven stopped by Hart. Then Stankoven tried to center. It comes to Blake and he scores! Jackson Blake makes it 2-0.
Stankoven lays it on the tee. Oh, it deflects off the stick in front of the net.
Vegas in desperate need of a goal. Great effort by Hertl and Marner to keep it in. Down low, Eichel! It did not go! Looked like it hit the crossbar. You can't get a better chance. 2-0 down low. And Eichel shakes his head in disbelief.
I think the entire building cannot believe this didn't go in the net. Stone puts it on the tee, beats Bussy, and he rings it straight off the crossbar. I'm telling you, goalie parents, goalie wife.
Oh gosh, get used to it, Mary.
Yeah.
2:25 left. Theodore, stop, rebound, Hertl, stopped again with Bussy sitting on the ice. He makes the stop on Hertl from point-blank range.
And late in the third, Carolina's riding the bus. Brandon Bussy, another stop. He's got to fight it off. And before Hertl can put it by him, he makes another stop. Vegas can only shake their heads.
The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup for the second time. Oh, this is awesome. Reminiscent of how they celebrate after home games in Raleigh. players and everybody else, but it's a collective effort. And the Carolina Hurricanes went down that journey together. And look at Ron. Yeah. Go get him. Go get him, Rod.
You guys have anything to say?
Yeah, I have a question.
What question?
We're gonna go way back to the first game in the first season. Why did you punch that guy? Questions that need to be answered, guys.
Yeah. I'll answer that later, yeah. All right. We'll see you guys.
He still has his shirt on. Take it off. Take it off. Bring them on. Take it off. Take it off. But is anybody here from Mr. Svechnikov? Holy cow. Does anybody remember us making a trade to the New York Rangers and the Rangers fans being like, this guy's the worst, you're not gonna like him. And then he comes to Carolina, and what happens? Oh my goodness! Where is he? Where is he? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Boy, game 2 against Ottawa, we thought we won. We all celebrated, we didn't win. But then, I got my head coach screaming, can anybody take this penalty shot? Is he kidding me? My little guy wants to go tarps off for the boys. That's the...
And player after player kept telling me, thank you for bringing me here. One of the players who said that is a free agent. Come on up, we gotta take care of this right now. I got contracts ready to sign. Come on, Nick Dorian. 2 more
I don't know why I'm up here. Who let me up here? For the 23 brothers I have on this stage, we're the champs!